in this video, I'm going to explain how you can create a split map view with the Listdom directory plugin. By split map view, I mean a kind of directory website, as you can see here, where the list of the directories is displayed on one side of the screen, and the map, which is connected to these listings, is displayed on the other side. By connected, I mean that if you filter or search among the directory files here, the map will also be filtered, and the markers associated with the search result listings will be displayed. For example, here in the search results, in the search form, I select to only display the listings that are located in Berlin. I search for them, and as you can see, only the listing located in Berlin is displayed, and the map is also filtered to show only that listing's marker. Clicking on the marker will reveal a window that displays a short description of the listing. I want to explain how you can create this kind of directory website using the Listdom directory plugin. There are two methods to build such a directory. The first one is the easiest and is available in the free version of Listdom, while the second method is more professional and complicated and provides you with more control over different aspects of the page elements. However, this may require some of the add-ons for the Listdom plugin. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Let's start creating our map split view directory website. To create a split map view in your directory website, you have to create a new shortcode, a new skin shortcode in the Listdom directory plugin. As you know, Listdom offers several skins that can be created within the shortcodes, and you can insert these shortcodes into any pages. All the content and the list of your directories will be displayed based on the settings and styles you have configured in this shortcode. To access this feature, you have to open the shortcodes menu under the Listdom menu in your WordPress dashboard. Here you can create a new shortcode or edit the previous ones that are available on your website. If you have imported the Listdom dummy data, there must be some pre-made shortcodes on your website. However, the page we are currently seeing on this website has a half map shortcode as well. To see and edit that, I just find it in my shortcodes here. I've named all listings in help map skin and click on it to start editing it and see the impact of that on the front end. As you know, Listdom has several skins, such as single map, list, grid, side-by-side, list plus grid, and other skins. I recommend you watch the comprehensive video about the Listdom Shortcode that's available on the Wabili YouTube channel. We have completely explained and covered all the settings and configurations of each one in the video, and you can use that to create an infinite and unlimited number of shortcodes on your directory website. As you can see, I can select different kinds of skins, but here, the half map, also known as split view, is selected. Each shortcode has a code, and you can see that you can copy it and insert it on the page. For example, here, the shortcode is inserted on this page. This page is created with Elementor, so I've easily copied and pasted this shortcode into the shortcode widget of Elementor, and the content is displayed like this. You can see here that we have some options. The first option is a style. There are three styles here that change the style of the listing card. By listing card, I mean each of the directories here. You can see each one is called a listing card, and it has different elements on it. For example, here we have the categories, we have the title and description, and we have the address too. You can select each style, and the design of the cards will be different. You can also enable or disable the elements on the listing cards, or, for example, change the description length that is displayed on the cards. If you continue and scroll down, you can see currently only Google Maps is available because we are using the free version of Listdom. If you use the Pro Add dot of Listdom, you can have access to Leaflet, also known as OpenStreetMap, which is free. However, to use Google Maps, you have to get an API, but the API of Google Maps may charge you. Most of the time, you can obtain that for free. The next option is map style. For example, I can select a Facebook style. Let's see how it changes on the front end. I reload the page, and as you can see, the map colors are changed because I've changed to the map style to Facebook. The other option is called clustering. Clustering means that here, as you can see, we have a number 2 or number 3 because there's some markers that are really close to each other or even on the same address. When clustering is on, they are merged together and the number of them is displayed. If you zoom in, they will be separated, and you can enable or disable this option. The bubbles are also related to the clustering option. A bubble is this blue circle indicating a number of the listings here. The next option is called marker shape, and it has 4 options: open info window, redirect to a single listing page, open a single listing in the light box, or none. This means that clicking on each of these markers can have different behavior. Currently, it just opens an info window. However, if I select it to open a light box and update the shortcode, you can see that clicking on a marker will open the details of the listings in the light box, which is a beautiful style for some of the directory websites. Again, and we continue, and here we have the map limits. This means that you can limit the number of markers displayed on the map. We have the map position that can be on the right or left of the page, and also the map height can be determined here. The units are in pixels or in VH, which stands for viewport height. The default view of the Listdom cards can be a grid or a list. If I change it to a list, you can see how it changes in the front end. Let's see how it changes. In the front end, as you can see, now the directories are displayed in list view, which means the style and arrangement of the elements have changed, and only one directory is displayed on each line. The next option here is the listing per row, which is only available for the grid view. If you have selected the grid view, then you can determine how many listings should be displayed in a row. You can also limit the count of the listings that are displayed on a page and determine how the other listings, which are more than this number, should be loaded. Here we have the filter options. By default, all of the listings of your website are displayed in this shortcode. However, you can filter them. For example, we can select some special categories so that their listings will only be displayed. You can also exclude some of the tags, but to use the exclude feature, you need to use the Pro add-on of Listdom. The exclusion feature is available for other taxonomies too. For example, you can select the special author so that their listings will only be displayed in the shortcode. Finally, you can determine the search form that you want to be displayed with this skin. Here we can see that we have a search form, and you can easily create search forms in the search and filter builder. There is a special video about the Listdom search forms on the Webio YouTube channel that I recommend you watch. You could easily create your search forms here. You can add a new search form, and when you finally create that, you can get back to your skin shortcodes to select it. I opened the half map skin again, and here you can select the search form that you want to display in the half map skin. You can also change the position of that. For example, here we are showing it before the listings. As you can see, it's displayed here, but you can display it on top of the map and the listings both, or in other sections. You can also change the settings of the sort bar here. The sort bar is displayed here, and you can change the options for that. You can change the order by setting the default sort option and the default ascending or descending option. You can totally disable the sort bar or change the title of each option and enable or disable each of them. You can rearrange them as well. Finally, we have the map controls. Here on the map, we have different options like zoom and other controls. You can manage them here. For example, the zoom control and map type control can have their positions adjusted or be disabled. All of the options are available to design your website. And using this option and this skin, you can have a beautiful half map skin for free in the Listdom directory plugin. Now I want to give a short review of the Listdom add-ons that add even more features to the Listdom skin. There are currently more than 33 add-ons, and there may be more because the development team of this plugin is working continuously to make it even better. However, these add-ons will add really good features to the plugin, enhancing its capabilities and functionality. Let's review some of the add-ons that can be used in this plugin and on this skin. As you can see here, there are some yellow sections that tell us which add-ons can be used on this page, and we need to activate them to utilize their features. Apparently, the favorite compare, review, claim, and pro add-ons are really useful to add more features to the skin. The other add-ons of Listdom affect other parts of the plugin. However, the advanced map add-on is also useful because it adds great features to the map of the skin. Okay, I'm going to activate these add-ons, and then we will come back and review the changes that we have on the front end. Now, I have activated the required add-ons on this website, and here I'm using another shortcode and another page to compare with the previous shortcode. Here we have a new shortcode called half map S3 map right, which is the same as the previous skin. When you activate the Listdom add-on, several menus will be added under the Listdom menu in the dashboard. For example, here you can see the claims, packages, subscriptions, reviews, review fields, map layers, applications, Elementor styles, Divi templates, inquiries, bookings, offers, and all of them are added by several add-ons. Each time one of them has a new entry or something to do, a red circle will be displayed next to them, showing the number of tasks that should be completed. For example, we have 3 reviews currently to be working on, and we have 4 claims requests. Here you can see on the front end, we have the favorite icon, we have the compare icon here, and as I told you, you can disable the image if you want, and it's a feature added by the Pro add-on. I want to mention that the shortcode and all of the add-ons affecting them are reviewed in a comprehensive video on the Wabilla YouTube channel that you can access to review all of the features. Currently, I'm just doing a quick overview. And I want to have a short review of the add-ons here. Other add-ins that you can use are the Elementor add-on and also the Divi add-on. If you're using the Divi builder on your website, you can use that to create templates for listing cards, and you can select them here. The listing cards will be changed, and you can add your own style. As I told you, the Pro add-on lets you use Leaflet or OpenStreetMap. You can see the options available here. As we continue, we have another option called the Map Search. It's a very useful option added by the Pro add-in. Let's check it on the front end. If you remember, I told you that in the half map skin, if you filter the listings here, the map will be filtered too. But the Map Search option lets you do it vice versa. It means that if you zoom in on the map and, for example, select a specific part of the map, only the listings that are available in this view will be filtered and displayed by AJAX without reloading the page. It's a very useful option for those who want to have a dynamic and interactive directory website. We have some other options that are added by the Advanced Map add-on. They are located here. You can see we can change the marker type. For example, I select the price marker type here. You can change the style of the info window. By the marker, I mean the shapes that are associated with each listing and the map. The info window is the box that you can see here, which is opened by clicking on each marker. By using the Advanced Map add-on, you can change the marker type. For example, currently, I want to have the price displayed. You can see on the front that the markers of the map have changed to display the price of each listing. Here you can see, for example, and by clicking on that, we have the info window. There are some other options, for example, the external direction link here, and you can enable that. It's inherited from the global options of this add-on. By doing that, you can see that we have a directional link here that when clicked will open Google Maps. By doing that, you can get access in that direction to there. However, I don't want to talk about all the details of this add-on here because it takes too long. As I told you, you can review the comprehensive video about Listdom Shortcodes that we have on the channel. You can see that the exclude feature is also available, which was only available in the Pro add-on. You can exclude some of the categories, locations, tags, or other parameters, so their listings won't be displayed in the shortcodes. We have some other add-ons that help you to add more sort options to the shortcode. For example, here you can see we have the claimed, we have rank, rate, most reviewed, and top update. So you can sort the listings based on the new options that we have here using these add-ons. Also, as you know, each of them has a new option here in the sort option. For example, for the most reviewed, you could activate it here, change the title of that, and do anything that you want with that. You can change the position of that. Finally, here in the map controls, we have the draw control and GPS control available. If you remember, in the free version, we didn't have access to those options to change the position of them or activate or deactivate them. And they were available here, as you can see, in the Pro add-in. Because I have activated this add-in, the draw controls and GPS controls are available, and I can change the position of them or even disable them. Let's see these options on the map. This one is the GPS or my location control, and the draw controls are also here. I can use them to select a special area of the map, and when a map search is available, only the listings that are available in the area will be displayed in the right section of the screen. Finally, I do really like to mention briefly about the Listdom Advanced Portal Search add-on, briefly called the APS add-on, which enables you to use the AJAX Search functionality on your website. By AJAX, I mean the users can start searching in the listings and the results will be displayed to them without reloading the page. They can see the results by hitting the search button immediately. We also have another kind of AJAX search in this add-on that's called On the Fly. When you select it, the user will receive the results while they're typing in the search box. The new field by the add-on is added here in the search box. Here you can see we have the AJAX search, which has three options to disable it by default, but we have On Submit and On the Fly. As I told you, On Submit is useful for those who want to see the results by hitting the search button, and On the Fly is useful for those who want to see the results while typing. For example, if I select On the Fly and update it, in the text search, if I start typing house, you can see that the search will be performed while typing. This means without hitting the search button and without reloading the page, because we are using the On the Fly feature, these things are filtered and displayed on the map as we expected. Okay, this is the first method of displaying and creating a split map view for your directory website. It was very easy, as you saw, and it was available in our free version of Listdom. I just briefly describe some of the add-ons that can even enhance your directory website. Now, in the rest of the video, I want to show you another method of creating a half map or split view in the Listdom directory plugin. That's a bit more professional, has more details to address, but it gives you more control over the listings to change their positions. This will be useful for those who want to create more creative websites. I want to introduce you to some tools and some features in Listdom that help you to create interactive and better websites that will help you achieve what you want. To start talking about our advanced method to create a split map view in Listdom, I first want to introduce you to one of the features available in the Pro add-on of Listdom, which is called the Connected Shortcodes. To access this feature in the Shortcodes menu, you have to select the single map skin, which is a simple map that shows the listings with some markers on it, the same as the method you've seen so far in the half map skin, but it just has a map without any listing cards around it. Here you can see we have the option of connected shortcodes under the map search. They're related to each other. You can access this feature through the Listdom Pro add-on. First, I'm going to create a single map shortcode. I'm going to publish it and put it on a page. Then we will connect some other shortcodes to it to see the capabilities of the shortcode and how this will help us to create advanced layouts for our directory website, including advanced split map views or even more modern types of directories. Okay, so let's start by naming this shortcode. I name it single map test and I select Google Maps. I activate map search, clustering, and other options. I don't need any more settings, so let's publish this shortcode and insert it on the sample page. To do that, I easily copy the shortcode here and create a new page. I call it New Test Page, and I insert the shortcode here. Let's publish this page and see how it's displayed on the front end. As you can see here, we have a simple map that shows all of the markers associated with different listings of our directory website. Now, we can connect different shortcodes. For example, a table shortcode can be connected to this one. While we change the view of this map, the listings are filtered on the map, and the listings of the connected shortcodes will be filtered too. Slowly you're understanding that we can put this single map on one side of the page, for example, a lister grid shortcode on the other side, to connect these two shortcodes to each other. They will work together. It's the same as the half map skin here, but now you have more control over your design because you have two separate elements on your page. You can design them, set the space and gap between them, and any other settings that you want to do using the page builders or using the WordPress block editor. You can start managing them, and you can even assign a search form to this shortcode, a separate search form that can have a separate style and design. Now, I create a new list shortcode. I select the list view, let's call it sample list skin, and I publish it. Let's copy the shortcode here. I get back here, click the page, and paste the new shortcode here. But as I told you, we want to create an advanced split map view, so we have to put these shortcodes next to each other. To do that, we can use the page builders like Elementor or the block editor of WordPress. You can start doing this by adding a column. So you need two columns. I cut this shortcode and let's paste it as a shortcode here. Now, finally, let's check the front end of this view to see how they are displayed. As you can see, we have two maps next to each other and the listings are here. But why does this happen? Because we have not disabled the map associated with the list skin. As you know, most of the skins of the Listdom can have a map associated with them, which is displayed on top, bottom, or even on the sides of them. So let's go back and disable the map of the list skin to have a better view. I disabled the map provider, and let's see what it looks like in the front end. Here we now have our single map shortcode and the Listdom shortcode displayed next to each other. The next step is to connect them to each other. Currently, if I change the viewport of the map, you can see the listings are not filtered at all. But if I go back and find the single map test shortcode that we've inserted on that page, I get to the connected shortcode section and search for the list skin that I've created. As you can see, the sample list skin is available here. I select it. Remember that we can only select the searchable shortcodes displayed here, such as the list, grid, masonry, list plus grid, half map, or side-by-side skins. Some skins like carousel, slider, or the cover skins are not available to be selected here because they are not searchable. Let's check the front end again to see how it looks. We have now connected the shortcodes, so I reload the page to see how they look now. Let's zoom in on this part. As you can see, I want to show only this listing in my viewport, and now only that listing is filtered here. You can click on the marker, and as you can see, this jewelry store is displayed here. Now, the Listdom skin that we've inserted here is connected to the single map. Just like in the half map skin that we're explaining in this video, you have created a half map skin here, but the map and the list skin are separated from each other. They're two separate elements, and you can have more control over designing and styling them using the WordPress block editor or WordPress Elementor page builder. Finally, you can even add the search forms to this combination. The search form can also be a separate element, a separate shortcode, which can be inserted on any part of this page that you want. You can style it as you like. And connect these two skin shortcodes to the search form too. The easier method is to activate the search form for one of these shortcodes. For example, in the single map, you can select a search form such as the default search form and set it to be displayed on top. When you reload the page, you can see that the search form is displayed on top of the single map. Now, in the same way, you can activate the search for the list skin. Finally, I want to show you how to display a separate search form on top of both the map and the list. I'm going to tell you how you can do that because it will be so helpful for the developers who want to have more control over different elements of this page. To do that, I have to first disable the search form of this shortcode. Then we need to get to the search and filter builder menu of Listdom. Here, as you know, you can create different kinds of search and filter forms. We have a complete and comprehensive video on creating the search forms and the search capabilities in Listdom. We have wonderful features in search fields. Now, to add the search form to our new page, I hit the Add New Search Form button, and here I drag and drop some of the fields that I want to have on my search form. You can see the comprehensive video about search forms to know how to work and interact with them. However, I changed the search button width, and I can even change the button text, and I publish it. Oh, I forgot to add a name for it. Let's add the name Test Search Form. Okay. And now we need to copy the search form shortcode here and insert it on top of this page. So let's edit the page and add a new section on top with a shortcode widget. When we save the page and see the front end, we can see that the search form is displayed on top of them. Now, if I, for example, search for some words or some locations like Berlin, if I click the Find button, you can see that the listings located in Berlin are displayed, and also the map is filtered too. Let's get back to the search form settings. As you can see here, the result page is set to the current page, and if you want to use the AJAX methods to search the items without reloading the page, you have to search and select shortcodes that you created. By the way, you have to have the advanced map add-on to use the AJAX option. You have to set the on submit and on the fly, as we've mentioned earlier in the previous method. For example, if I select the on the fly method and update it, and here on the front button, if I start searching for the term university, you can see that without hitting the search button, the LCU University listing is displayed in the search results, and also the map is filtered. Okay, so far we have added 3 different elements on this page: a search form, a map, and a list skin. As you can see here, the design is not very professional, and we need to start designing. The design and styling of the page are really related to the UI of your website and also the page builder that you're using. However, for example, here I am using the Listdom theme, and I want this page to be full width so the map will have more space to be wider. In the template of the page, I want to use the Elementor full width, or we can use the full width no sidebar template, which tends to have a better and more beautiful style for the page. Let's see how this looks. Yeah, as you can see, now it's displayed better, but yet the height of the map is not very good, and it's not the same as we want. So we start editing the shortcode of the single map that we've created. As you can see, we have a map height option here. For example, I set it to be 80 VH, which means 80% of the height of the viewport. So let's check it again here to see how it changes. Okay, now as you can see, the height of the map is better. By doing this, you can start changing your design and style. For example, we can see that the search form is too close to the skins here, so we need to start editing the page and add more space below the search form shortcut. To do that, you can easily select a spacer widget here and, for example, set it to be 30 pixels. By doing that, you can make your design better and better. But as you know, we recommend using the page builders because they give you more options to style the skins and the search forms. For example, let's check some of the designs of the Listdom theme demos that are created with Elementor. On this page, you can see one of the demo pages that is created exactly with the method that I've explained. We have a list shortcode here. Also, we have a map here. I have designed the listing cards with Elementor so they look different. And we have a search form on top too. For example, if I change the price range like this, you can see that the listings are filtered in a way that you want, and also they're filtered on the map too without hitting any search button because we have selected it to be the on-the-fly mode. Clicking on each listing card displays the details of the listing in a panel that appears on the right of the screen. Even though we have 3 different elements, the search form, the list, and the map, we can have even more creative designs. Let's check one of them. As you can see here, we have another page of this demo, the real estate demo of the Listdom theme. We have made the map full width, and the list shortcode is displayed on top of it. We created this using Elementor. You have to know how to work with page builders or even with the block editor. You need to know how to change the styles and how to use absolute positions. Using page builders like Elementor, you won't need any extra coding. Okay, finally, let's review what we've talked about so far. Here, we talked about 2 different methods to create a split map view for our directory website. The first method was easier and also available in the Listdom free version. You have to use a half map skin and easily insert the shortcode on a page. The second method was more detailed and professional and lets you create more eye-catching and different styles. In different styles, you have more control over different elements of your page. If you have any questions about your design process using Listdom or any other technical or support questions, don't hesitate to call and contact the Listdom support. We are always here to help you. Have a great time. Goodbye.